Yo, what is up? It is your man Xan Griffin, and I'm here representing Solo Garden Artist Development. So I wanted to make this video just so you can get a introduction of me and what I've done overall. So this is gonna be spanning my journey to getting 100 million streams. So just some backstory, I started producing music when I was 9 years old. My father taught me. At that point, I was just making hip hop music. I was making beats, and I started to get to the point where I was getting, pretty decent for a 9-year-old. And my brother actually showed me Benny Benassi's Satisfaction. And that song literally blew my mind. So what I did is I decided I wanted to make house music. Fast forward a few years, I'm about 13. I'm starting to make progressive house music, progressive trance, think enhanced silk music. For the people who know, and so I was working on that kind of music. At this point, I've gotten like a few thousand plays on SoundCloud, right? I'm releasing on these small indie labels at this point. I keep on making music. I'm racking up thousands and thousands of streams over time. And by streams, I just mean plays across different platforms. This is mostly YouTube and SoundCloud. Time is going on. I'm starting to build up a little bit of a buzz around my name in the progressive house, progressive trance community. At this point, I'm probably like 14 years old when I start releasing my own stuff independently without a label. And I'm just putting this stuff on SoundCloud. I'm not even distributing it properly through DistroKid or any distributor, right? I'm probably at like over 100,000 something streams at this point, and I start to make the pivot into creating future bass and dubstep. And when I start making that kind of music, I get the attention of my first manager, and he ends up coming to me and he's just telling me all these things about what he could do for me, and it sounded good. So I changed my name from Xan Wow, which is what my artist name was at the time, and I became Xan Griffin. I'm going under Xan Griffin. My manager got me a huge remix opportunity for this artist named Minnesota. And at first, the remix was doing extremely well on SoundCloud. It got pretty much almost 1 million streams. The channel that it was on actually got taken down sometime, so it was almost at a 1 million plays on SoundCloud. He got me many other remixes, so things started to pick up. I started to build up a buzz around myself. At this point, I definitely have well over 1 million collectively plays across like YouTube and SoundCloud. I keep on making music. I'm putting out remixes, and as I'm putting out remixes, I'm building more and more of a buzz around myself. I eventually get the opportunity to start entering into various remix competitions. I actually won one competition that was by this label called Monster Cat. So they're a pretty big label in the electronic scene. I won that competition, and that really helped my fan base. That really helped me connect with a lot more people in the industry. And so it's a snowball at this point of me just putting in work in various places and getting these streams. So I do that. I enter another remix competition for Trap Nation. And as I enter this competition for Trap Nation, I end up getting connected with the owner, Trap Nation. And me and him communicate pretty regularly at this point, or regularly enough for me to get my music reposted by him and posted. Eventually, I end up splitting ways with my first manager. And so I'm independent for a second. I'm by myself completely. And then I start talking to somebody who works at Trap Nation in a higher position. After some time, he helps me out in various ways with reposts. And keep in mind, this is like 2015, 2016, when reposting was like huge on SoundCloud. That was a really big way to get streams and to cross promote each other as artists. So you would hit up various artists and get reposts from different people, and then you'll be able to get like 100,000 plays first week on your song. So I was doing really well on SoundCloud at the point. And so he becomes my manager, the guy at Trap Nation, and he starts helping me out in various ways. I've gotten featured on their YouTube channel. I'm getting millions of plays on YouTube. I'm getting millions of views on these different YouTube channels that I'm starting to build up a buzz around my name. So at this point, I'm definitely building that buzz, and the snowball is rolling. My manager actually gets me a gig at EDC Las Vegas when I was only 17 years old. He got me a gig at South by Southwest, and he just connected me with a lot of different people in the music industry. At this point, the snowball is just rolling. I know I keep saying that, but it really is like you take these small steps and eventually the ball just rolls and rolls and rolls, and then things just become on autopilot at this point. So after playing EDC, after having the South by Southwest, I'm working on my debut album, which is a really crucial point for how much I built my fan base and how many streams I started to get. So I create this concept album around the zodiac signs. The basic premise of the album is every single song on the album is based on each zodiac sign, and each song was released on each day of the zodiac. So as I finished that album up, I ended up signing it to an independent label named Seeking Blue. And as I was releasing this zodiac album, I actually parted ways with my second manager, and from that point on I was independent. So this is 2018 at this point. So 2018 to now, I've been an independent artist without a manager. They ended up posting pretty much every single one of the songs every day that it was released, and that racked up millions of views. You could check it out if you want to, Xan Griffin Zodiac. And at this point, I've passed well over probably 50 million streams across all platforms at this point. Spotify is starting to finally pop off for me at this point too. That remix I mentioned earlier, the Minnesota one, it randomly got placed in a whole bunch of editorial playlists. That thing just started to just go crazy with the numbers. And then just various songs started to do pretty well on Spotify because of the buzz that I generated from SoundCloud. And there was a lot of people kind of transitioning from SoundCloud over to Spotify. And the Zodiac album was getting a whole new audience to my music from YouTube to my Spotify. So I started to get a big increase in followers, and I also got a big increase in streams. So at this point, everything is on autopilot. Everything is just working itself out. The algorithms are helping me at this point on Spotify. The YouTube algorithm is helping me at this point. My SoundCloud is still doing pretty decent. And overall, it just snowballed into the number that it's at now. So from that time to now, it's 2023 now. I'm 22 years old. So from 2018 to 2022, I had some various releases, and that really was just me pushing that snowball down the hill even faster. So that's pretty much how I got to 100 million streams. And I know that this is more of a broad video, and if you want to speak to me more, then I actually have a Discord link down in the description below. You could join that. You could talk to me personally, ask me any questions, ask me how I did certain things, and I'll answer that for you. But overall, I want to end these videos always with a section called lesson/game. So the lesson/game in this story is that you have to keep taking those steps. You take one step at a time, and you might see a mountain in front of you, right? You got to keep taking those individual steps. You got to keep taking one step at a time, and eventually you're going to be far up the mountain. Things snowball. You start off, and I know I said that a lot, but you start off with this small snowball. You put it on the top of the hill and you roll it down. And eventually it starts picking up more and more snow, more and more and more and more, and it just becomes huge. And the key is that the snowball keeps rolling. You can't stop rolling the snowball. You can't kill that momentum. You have to let it build up. And that just keeps happening from small progress. Those little wins add up, and eventually those little wins turn into big wins. It's kind of like an exponential curve how things work. So overall, wherever you're at in your music journey, just keep looking for those small wins and keep improving. And as you keep having those small wins and you keep improving, things are going to work themselves out. Things are going to pick up. Even if it doesn't look like they are right now, you have to keep making that progress. And that's what I did from the age of 9 all the way up to me being 22 now and having over 100 million streams across platforms. That's how I did it. If you have any questions for me personally, you can actually join my Discord in the description below. If you join there, you'll be able to ask me questions, and I'm also trying to cultivate a community of like-minded people who are trying to develop themselves as artists. So I'd appreciate if you join that, and it'd be great to speak to you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a nice day or night or whatever time it is wherever you are. Peace.
I'm a tour by myself. Trust me, no fumbling.